Greetings, nerds. Welcome to another episode of DRAC, or Drawing Restaurants as Cities. I don't know if I'm pointing at the right spot of the official logo of this series. Maybe up here, or how about here? Or down here at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. I know it's been a little while since we last did a DRAC episode. I had to take care of other drawings. Julian had to take care of other things. Not just his drawings, but other things like going somewhere with his family and yada yada yada. But it feels good to do another episode of DRAC, Drawing Restaurants as Cities. And nerds, I got some pretty good news. We are inches away of reaching the halfway point of the drawing of Kroc-A-Dial, which is McDonald's drawn as a city. Obviously, McDonald's is a ginormous restaurant chain. We imagine McDonald's as a ginormous city, like a mega city or metropolis. Metropolis is like another word for like a mega city or something like that. It's a city that's like really, that's the size of an elephant or a giraffe or a whale shark. The great white shark, hammerhead shark, tiger shark, leopard shark. Okay, I am not a marine biologist or something like Stephen Hillenburg, no. I'm just an artist, I'm just Jules freaking Nerdy. And that's my name, by the way. Hi. To those that are new, I am Jules Nerdy. We are drawing McDonald's as a fictional national capital city. I have said that numerous times before in previous episodes of this season and in this series. We're starting with McDonald's. We're drawing a bunch of restaurants as fictional cities for fun.
Since Julian loves to draw real-life cities, and he pretty much inspired me to make my own cities.
And I'm matching the McDonald's colors, by the way, still. I have been doing so for a few episodes now. I don't remember the exact episode that I started to dress up as an actual nerd with all of this stuff, the suspenders, even this. And Kroc-A-Dial was broken up into two sub-cities, Ketchup and Mustard. Ketchup and Mustard. There we go. I feel like it was a little bit confusing how I was controlling my fingers, my pointy and my middle finger. So we're almost done with Ketchup, which is the right side of the drawing that we're working on. We get to work on the left side of the drawing after this episode. We're probably going to end up drawing small, drawing the skyscrapers small, drawing other stuff that aren't skyscrapers small as well. I'm ready. I'm prepared. Let's go. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get to the intro and let's continue drawing Kroc-A-Dial, which is McDonald's drawn as a fictional national capital city.
Millions and millions of us crave for food. There are lots of places that have food being cooked and served to us. Those cooked foods affect us physically and mentally, but what if we turn those places into something different? The places serving food will transform into places containing buildings. We will bring in our creative side by drawing these places as settlements. These restaurants will be drawn into fictional cities. This is drawing restaurants as cities. Quite frankly, nerds, I hate taking the ideas from a real-life city like New York City. I have made a few versions of my own skyscraper, or anything that's not really a skyscraper, just, I have copied the Statue of Liberty just to make the Statue of Obesity for my drawing. I have copied a couple skyscrapers. New York City, by the way, is known for a lot of, like, a freak load of tall skyscrapers. It's really kicking Chicago's behind so badly. And speaking of kicking the behind, Asia is kicking our behind. It's kicking the rest of the world's behind when it comes to constructing skyscrapers. Like, China is really... I don't know how I should really describe China. China is just, obviously it's booming, but its population is not booming. It's crashing, taking a nasty crashing. But its skyscraper boom it's the amount of skyscrapers it got, that is a different story. It's really exploding. That's all I have to say about China. That one city in China, by the way, Shenzhen, I'm not good with names, I think I said it perfectly, the name of that Chinese city has a freak load of skyscrapers. And I don't know if I actually copied like one of its skyscrapers or a couple of its skyscrapers just to make my own version of those skyscrapers for my drawing of the fictional national capital city of Kroc-A-Dial. I don't know, I just don't know, because there's so many skyscrapers all over the world. It's really insane. I know for sure, like what I said earlier, I have copied New York City with a few of its skyscrapers, like the One World Trade Center, a couple other skyscrapers. I think it's called like Manhattan West. The New York City borough, Manhattan, it's that one area where you'll find a lot of good, tall, freaking skyscrapers. And yeah, I know once we get to the other side of the drawing, I'm gonna do some more like imitation. I'm gonna do some more ripping off, taking ideas from several cities in the world, and just to make my own version of that landmark or skyscrapers. Musicians in general, they would end up sampling other artists' work, their music, part of their lyrics, their verse, or what they would say during their songs, and just to make their own style of that verse or music. Like, artists are still doing that to this day. Here's another example. Let's say one movie is copying another movie, what the actors would say, and these actors would create the references from other movies, or like in video games for sure, in TV shows, actors and any of the crew, any of like the camera crew or like the cast, they would copy other casts in other movies or video games, TV shows, etc. That's like when an elderly rich person dies, then that person that will end up dying is gonna pass his or her wealth to a younger family member, and then that wealth continues on. And, it's all about like creating power and then carrying that power on. Geez, I can't even speak in this episode. And I can't forget about a couple other things I took the ideas from real life cities. The US Capitol building, I made my own version of that Capitol building and created the URC Capitol building. URC, by the way, stands for the fictional country of United Restaurant Companies, and Kroc-A-Dial is part of that fictional country. That one tower that looks like the Space Needle in Seattle, Washington. And that's about it. That's about it. And we're just about finishing up the first half of the drawing of Kroc-A-Dial.
Okay, nerds, here's the current progress of the drawing of a fictional national capital city, Kroc-A-Dial, and we are officially halfway done with this drawing of Kroc-A-Dial, so a round of applause. I understand it's very difficult for you nerds to see all of this stuff in the background, but the pictures I would take are a lifesaver. No, I'm not talking about the candy. I like to call this the Grimace Reaper, and to me it's like a pun on this Grimace word, and the Grimace, one of the characters of McDonald's, one of those McDonald characters. It's this purple weird creature. From what I know, the month of June is Grimace's birth month. Hey, it's my month as well, so me and Grimace got one thing in common, Grim Reaper. So you get Grimace Reaper, get it? I love creating these play-on words of these fictional skyscrapers for a fictional city. Here we got the Surf Fries, a pun on the words surprise and fries. Their fries is obviously heaven. It will always be heaven until McDonald's no longer exists and we get a different name. You know, some countries would have McDonald's, but they're not actually called McDonald's, they're called something else. For instance, Australia, they would call McDonald's Macca's, so it's literally the same restaurant, but, you know, a nickname. I like to call this the Bird D. It's named after another McDonald's character, Birdie. Kind of looks like Big Bird from Sesame Street. Here we got the Cookie Monster, a pun on another McDonald's character, Captain Crook, and the Cookie Monster, a Sesame Street character. I tried to come up with multiple skyscraper designs. I don't want to stick with like the same old crap, boring designs, like something like this. Like you get these like rectangular prisms, these tall prisms, you know. So I tried to create these different designs that would either look hideous or gorgeous. Here we get the Lactose Tower. Get it? Lactose Tower. Some products of McDonald's, like their bottle of milk, and like McDonald's would serve ice cream, so ice cream is a milk-based product. All about milk. Lactose is found in milk, in like, you know, dairy products. Here we get the Labstar. Get it? Labstar, lobster. Well, if you live in the US, McDonald's would serve McLobsters. If you live in New England specifically, like states of, I don't know, Connecticut, Maine, New Hampshire, trust me nerds, they would serve McLobsters, which is a seafood dish. Since New England is like known for its seafood, that area of America is literally right by, like the East Coast, literally right by the Atlantic Ocean. Here we got the Nugget. Get it? Nugget. McDonald's serves Chicken McNuggets, another popular dish. And articles would share their beliefs on the popular McDonald's products or items. You can't go wrong with Chicken McNuggets being up there like as like the top 10 popular dishes. Here we get the Minute Maid. Get it? Minute Maid. Minute Maid orange juice is part of the Coca-Cola company. It's one of the Coca-Cola company drinks or beverages. McDonald's would serve Minute Maids. Here we got the Fanta C. Get it? Fanta C. It's a pun on Fanta, another Coca-Cola company drink that McDonald's would serve, and the word fantasy, so you get Fanta C. Last but not least, we got half of the suspension bridge called the Catch-Up Bridge. I don't know if you nerds can really see. We had colored the roads, but I was like, I don't want to leave these roads hanging. I don't want to leave them white. I gotta create an authentic feel of the cities, and every road needs to be like dark gray, and we even colored some vehicles. I mean, look at this drawing. It's nice and colorful. It may be hideous to some nerds, it may be pretty to some other nerds. I think personally is ravishing. And I love how I drew some skyscrapers in the background, because I don't know how to put it in words, but McDonald's for sure will forever be a big restaurant chain. It'll mostly, for the most part, remain at #1, like the #1 restaurant chain. It really makes sense for us to draw it as a ginormous city, a city that's a freaking elephant. Excuse the metaphor, by the way, nerds. But yeah, we are officially halfway done with this drawing. The sub-city of Catch-Up has been taken care of. Now we gotta work on the other side of the fictional city, the fictional national capital city of Kroc-A-Dial. This is gonna be the sub-city of Mustard. I just cannot wait. So that is gonna be the end of this episode of Drac, or Drawing Restaurants as Cities. Stay tuned for more content, and I hope this episode was quite enjoyable to watch. And there's one thing I forgot to say to this drawing. I'm still loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.